So the government offers certain incentives for the population to either do something to curb behavior or to ensure a level of civility and decency so that you have peace within a country and a level of prosperity. Because in the big scheme of things, it doesn't even benefit the rich for there to be mass destitute. And America kind of realized that as it developed, because America really only became a developed country within the past 100 years or so. And part of its development was when it had the Great Depression, which almost exposed America for basically not having enough safety programs where the total economy could collapse and you could have mass destitute. In the 1930s, they instituted a lot of safety net programs, and since the 1930s, America has continued to add it to those safety net programs, things such as Social Security, Medicare, the list goes on and on. And so we've never had another depression. In America, we had the Great Recession that lasted a couple years, technically, in 2006 and 7, and it took us a couple more years to get out of it. But even that was nowhere near the Great Depression, where people stood on bread lines, there was a struggle to get any job, and it was destitution. And so, what America did to never have another depression was print money and offer certain programs, incentives, and just flat out payments to ensure that we don't have another depression. Because that's what happened in 2007. And even before that, I remember under George Bush, they would send out like these stimulus checks. Okay, even so, it's happened under Democrat and Republican leadership. And during the pandemic, we saw it too at an unprecedented level. The stock market went down for a couple months, but that never trickled down to housing going down and never trickled down to mass destitution because they just printed money. They backed the bond market, stock market went back up. They sent out checks. They gave extended unemployment. And I say all that to say governments and societies in developed countries have learned, that's human nature to learn from the past to evolve, that you want to keep the game going. Okay. And I know there's always a lot of resentment when you hear about government programs. Oh, it's lazy, it's going to make it. Remember, when someone doesn't want to work and you want to work, that means that you're going to get more money to work and there's more opportunities. Okay. Because these programs are to keep you out of poverty or complete destitution. These programs keep people from jumping over the gated communities with a loaded gun, okay? Because poor people and mental people, they got guns too. You believe in the Second Amendment right? So, and to keep you from interrupting your dinner, okay? And what I've seen and what I've learned is, look, if they are scamming the system, rich people scam it, poor people scam it. If people are scamming the system, the joke is on them. Because if you're not disabled and you're willing to sign up for a program that says, I'm going to lock myself in, the max I'm ever going to get per month is $900 a month, and I'm going to get a stimulus check. If you think you're winning, if you're not disabled, joke's on you. You've basically signed up for a life of poverty, and I'm not mad at it. Now, if you're disabled or if you need programs, I think there should be there. But I say all that to say I'm building up the thing that the newest incentive is every child that you have under the age of 18 is going to get $300 per month at least till the end of the year. I think if they're over 7, then it drops down to $250 per month. Okay. And so does that help certain people? Yeah, certainly that helps people, especially people that are not going to work anyway, no matter what. And it provides a base, right? My parents got divorced. Both my parents always worked, though. But I know that it probably would have helped my mom. She worked 2 jobs, basically close to minimum wage for a lot of times. And so I can empathize that it can help. What about inflation? Well, Again, that's the Federal Reserve. But no one who owns a house is complaining about inflation. Because if you own a house, you're happy the asset price went up. If you own stocks, you're happy it went up. Really, the people who are getting screwed are people who are single with no assets, or you don't have to be single, but you don't have any assets in the stock market, you don't have a house, or you're on a fixed income. But if you're on a fixed income and you're making below $75,000 a year, I think this tax credit only applies if the family is making under combined income of 150. So if like a parent, if a mother and a father work, they'd make 75K each if they split it. Most people are not making that. So everyone with a kid now is getting $300 per month, at least to the end of the year. Okay. So what does this tell us? Well, to me, again, in the future, technology eliminates certain jobs. There is going to be some level of universal basic income, and it already kind of exists for certain destitute people, which is fine. Again, you keep a level of civility. And again, even if they're manipulating it, how do you look at it? Well, they're just locking themselves into poverty, and that means more jobs for you, more money for you, more importance for you. So, you got to navigate the inflation thing, but the Federal Reserve, that's on them. That's really not on stimulus programs. Because it's not someone getting an extra $300 a month from their kid that's making the stock market go up, 40% in a year, and your house go up 50% in a year. That's low interest rates, the bond market backed, okay? And because that's what creates wealth, okay? Wealth is created, there's only two ways. Wealth, not child tax credits. That's not wealth. That's getting by. I often say a lot of people in the nomad life, they brag about getting by on cheap. There was a guy for years, good to see Andre. Andre just got his. He's got kids and he works. $300 today. Congratulations to all you and your kids. I'm happy for you. Love you, Andre. I see a lot of people brag sometimes in the nomad community. Some of them are on disability. Some of them, I don't know. No one really tells you the whole story. And even if they told you the whole story, you never know the whole story. But they always brag about, I could survive on $1,500. I can survive on $1,000 a month. I can survive on $800 a month. You can survive. You can get by. But what about when you need a new car? What about when you have a medical emergency? What about when you have a big expense? Life is not just a fixed budget every month. There's always something that comes up, and that's what happened with this one guy. He was bragging. He was throwing it in people's face that he was traveling, living so cheap, blah, 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 blah. And then his van broke down, and then he stopped making videos, okay? And so he'll resurrect again. He'll do something. But that's the whole thing. Like, when you live that life where you figured out a way to live in poverty, you can figure it out. But you're going to be eating, out of a can, pretty much. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, or if you have no choice. But I'm saying all that to say, I also want to say, look, let's just say also you were being manipulative and said, I'm going to have a kid because if they put this program in as like a universal basic income, I want to have a kid. Well, one is you'll cut off your nose to spite your face if you do it for that. Even if you just look at the numbers. Raising a kid from 0 to 18, it's estimated to cost $250,000 because you have to increase the size of your housing, you different transportation needs, schooling, healthcare, etc. $300 per month times 12. There's 12 months in a year. That's $3,600 a year. Times 18. Your kid lives to an adult. That's $64,000 and change. So let's just round it up. Let's say if this child tax credit goes in effect and you say, well, I'm going to have an extra kid now because I'm going to get extra $300 a month. Well, it costs $250,000 to raise a kid from 0 to 18. And if you add this child tax credit up, you're only going to make $65,000 over the course of 18 years. So you're still going to lose about $180,000. Okay. It still does not make sense to have a baby just for a tax credit. Okay. Now, again, when you're speaking to people who are delusional, don't forget they'll give someone money to teach them about real estate and how to make money. Okay. So, you ain't speaking to them. Okay? But the bottom line is it said that this child tax credit is going to go to 90% of Americans who have kids. 90% of Americans who have kids make a combined income of under 150 grand a year. That means the mother and the father, if they both made even income, make 75K a year. And I think most people make under 75K. They probably make between 40 to 60K. Okay. I still don't think it's worth it to have a kid financially. If you're just doing for that. Two is you got to be very careful. Number one thing that'll destroy your life is a marriage and having children that is unhealthy. Certainly, if you find a healthy relationship and you got a healthy family structure, God bless. Good to see you how. But I want to share with you tonight, it's in no one's interest, okay, for society to not have these programs. You do have to monitor inflation, but inflation has to be monitored not with these programs, with the Federal Reserve interest rate. Okay. And look, the bottom line is, I even catch myself like, this is a big scam. Okay. But this is what I say to myself. I've seen people in my family that go for some of these programs and they may need them, and their life is not great. And all that does is mean I am more valuable in the workforce. I'm someone who's still in the workforce. I can make more money. There's more jobs for me. Yeah, I got to fight inflation a little bit, but, it's like at a certain point too, look, for society, would I get vaccinated? Well, guys, I already got a vaccine when I was a kid to go to public schools, okay? Because that's what you needed by law, okay? To go to a public school, you had to get vaccine, okay? For smallpox, for measles, okay? And I found it very ironic that when I said that homeless people are less than 1% of society, there was a lot of homeless people that commented on my channel and said, well, that's still a lot of people. Well, why didn't you get the vaccine then? Because more people died of the coronavirus. I know why I didn't get it, because you're delusional. You don't understand life. So, look, the bottom line is if the government wants you dead, they got nuclear weapons. Everyone's monitored through technology. If you think you're living off the grid and you have a smartphone, you are as ignorant as your avatar. Because guys, okay, everything's monitored, guys. There's cameras everywhere. Your cell phone is the implanted chip, okay, that you thought the coronavirus was injected. Your cell phone tracks you. And if you haven't figured that out, you're in another dimension, okay? But guess what, guys? Your cell phone makes your quality of life worth it to be tracked. Because I've met some people who are completely destitute. They're eating out of a can. And they said their ideal situation would to be buy property in the middle of nowhere, grow their own food, and live off the grid. They can't even handle when the store doesn't have toilet paper in Walmart. You think they're going to grow their own crops? Keep your smartphone. Get the child tax credit. It's going to apply to 90% of people who have kids. And for all my single people, all my richer people, I understand. I didn't get the stimulus. I ain't getting this. I'm fighting inflation. But what I tell you is, look, overall, it doesn't really hurt me in a big way. And, and I have to empathize that my parents had 3 kids. They both worked, and this could have helped them. So, are there people in scamming the system? Look, Trump's scamming system is rich. Everyone scams the system. But there's a lot of people in the middle just doing what they can do. They're never going to be brainiacs. They're never going to be destitute. They're going to be in the middle. 90% of people are in this category. Now, look, will this program last forever? I got no idea. Okay. But more and more you're seeing it since 1930, when America was on the borderline of being a third world country. And what they realized is you got to have programs. You got to have government subsidies. Okay. And basically, since the 1930s, to even with the Great Recession, even with the pandemic, we've never experienced mass destitution in the United States of America. And one of those reasons is government subsidies. And if you don't understand that, you do not understand American history. Okay. What you understand is what your father regurgitated in your mouth because he's a conservative, slightly racist, okay? Or you're in rural America. Okay, and you've never experienced a level of diverse thought. And what you don't realize is that's not America. America is mainly the cities. If the majority of Americans live in the cities and the coast, the real America is not in the middle of Texas in the rural land. The real America is where the most Americans are, because that's the population. See, you become delusional when you live in the middle of nowhere. You regurgitate what you learned on the farm or what you learned from your friends and family, and they regurgitate that all within their own circle. Okay, but the bottom line, guys and girls, the reason, okay, that farmers are subsidized, one of the biggest subsidies goes to farmers. And if you don't believe me, you don't understand, look it up. And the reason they do that, and they also subsidize the oil companies, shout to Texas. The reason they do that is it keeps the game going. And no matter what, the game never ends unless there's a major thing. And maybe one day it'll end. But the bottom line, guys and girls, we're better in 2021 than we were in 1921. And the reason is the United States of America woke up in 1930 and 33 when we had the Great Recession, and we got out of it through government spending and government programs. And the government isn't everything, but without the government, Elon Musk wouldn't exist. Because Tesla went bankrupt and Barack Obama bailed him out in 2008 during the Great Recession. And that's why Tesla survived. That's why we didn't go through a Great Depression, because the government bailed out everyone. And that's American history. So if we're going to study American history, we have to understand, okay, that NASA exists, SpaceX exists, the internet exists. Al Gore invented the internet. Yeah, I know, don't get upset. But guys, the internet was invented pretty much through military spending for defense systems, okay? So, guys, look, can the government turn on us? Guys, everything turns on you, okay? What do you want to do? Would you rather work for mom and pop hardware or Home Depot? You rather work for Home Depot because you can move up. You always want to work for corporations. You never want to work for mom and pop. Maybe a startup tech company. Look at Keith, he works for FedEx, publicly traded corporation. You show me one person not working for a corporation, I'll show you 10 other people working for a corporation, living a better quality of life, okay? And that's what makes America a first world country. And that's the message tonight, guys. And I know you like me, but you disagree with my politics. Well, why don't you just stop watching me then? Because everyone else is subsidizing you. Because if you don't agree with everything I say, guys, go screw yourself. I'm just playing. All right, let's go all live comments. I get a whole lot of those comments. I gave those comments too. I understand. Don't get upset. Go talk to your dad about politics. Don't get upset with me. I don't get these subsidies, guys. I didn't get one stimulus check. I don't get one child tax credit check. So, look, what do you want me to tell you? I'm going live comments. Shout out to you guys. Click that thumbs up, okay? And if you don't like these videos, why don't you just go watch Trump, okay? Why don't you go watch him go in the UFC? That was a disgrace. They're still cheering him. That guy's a damn murderer. That guy is a murderer, man. He told all those people, I'll be right behind you. He disrespected John McCain, who served in the military. So don't even tell me, like, you know what I mean? Don't even tell me the story, you know what I mean, about how I can't understand how someone cheer like, and they're Christian. That's a really like, oh boy. All right, Andre, hey Sam. First, you're always first. Andre got us $300 today for, I guess you got at least one kid. I thought you got a couple. You may got more than $300. How? No kids over here. I'm not going to have a kid for $300. Yeah, didn't give me $3,000 a month. I probably still wouldn't have a kid. Why? Well, one is I just don't feel I were stressed. If you're doing something, it's like, obviously, look, if I was destitute, like I always say, I'd probably, if I had no other choice, I would think about maybe marrying Donald Trump to get to America like Amani, his wife did. Shout out to all the immigrants. Good guy. That was the biggest scam, guys. This guy hires immigrants at Mar-a-Lago. He marries an immigrant, and he's like, bro, like, it's so, guys, what a scam. You know what I mean? But this life, I don't get upset. Everything's a scam, Joe. Everything's a scam. But let's keep reading. How? My friends get so hyped for their tax returns every year. I used to be one of those people. I said all that money you're getting is what you already spent and will spend. Yeah, I've been there, so I don't want to judge, guys. I've been, immature, not fully developed. And I used to think the same way. Not anymore, but I've been there. So it's understandable. Jesse. What's up, Jesse? How are you? Great to see you. Jesse, maybe it is a way to stop the low birth rate in America. Well, that's part of it. The baby boomers are dying. The birth rates are slower. There's only two ways that America continues on. You encourage people to have babies and immigration. Immigration, this is the ironic part. Wait for this one. If America doesn't start having more immigration and more babies, guys, America shrinks. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So guess what, guys? Guess what's about to happen? You about to have child tax credit, and you about to have them open up the immigration floodgates, and you're going to be thankful. Like, why did Donald Trump exempt farmers from allowing immigrants? Because guess who tends the fields? Immigrants. I watch a YouTuber. He's one of the people who inspired me. He grew up in Texas on a farm, very conservative in Texas. He basically had a Mexican slave as his guide. He lived in a hut. He tended to farm. And and he was like real much a Trumper. Like, you don't even think nothing of it. Like, totally. Jesse says, I think low-income people might fall for the bait. Well, look, yeah, they may. Like I say, what if 90% of people who have families, it's like this. It would have helped my mom. That's how I'm able to empathize, right? Like, I think about that. Both of my parents worked, even after, when they got divorced. And even after they got divorced. And what I can tell you is, their combined income was not above 150K. Now, I know it's been inflation since then, but I still think adjusted for inflation. My grandfather was a janitor. My father was a construction worker. And my mother was like, she worked temp jobs and stuff like that. So, but they always worked. What I can tell you is, yeah, we would have got the child tax credit. Yeah, we would have. And it probably would have helped. Andre, I'm one of them, Sam. I have one kid. Well, shout out to you. Yeah, you're one of the 90% of families that this is going to affect. Twista, what's up, everyone? Great to see you, Twista. Hal, Andre, do you have an alarm that goes off when Sam gets on? You stay first. He's amazing, man. Keith, what's up, brother? What's up, Sam? Thanks again for the video. No problem, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to FedEx, publicly traded company, corporation. Worked for there for 30 years. Probably got to, did good for himself. And guess what? Guess what affects Keith's retirement? Social Security. Now, Joe Biden, when he ran, he said he's going to try to get Social Security, the first age you can accept it, to age 60. Well, I like that, yeah. Help the working class, too. So, look, what I guarantee you, one of the things Keith is looking at is a government program called Social Security. He put into it that's going to affect when he retires. Okay, it's going to affect when I retire. Okay, and so if Joe Biden, he ran on it, get it down to age 60, does that matter? Yeah, it's going to change your life. Okay, so again, guys, do most of these programs affect me? Well, the only one that would affect me is Social Security. They ain't talking about that now. And even if they go down to 60, it ain't going to affect me for another 20 years. So, but in 20 years, guys, all the baby boomers are dead, and it's too late then to think about the low birth rates. So in 20 years, guys, if you want to be an immigrant or if you want to have kids, they're probably going to pay you to come to America and pay you to pump out kids. Okay. Now, what do I think? Well, again, I'm already in America, so I ain't going to marry no American slob to get my citizenship. And two is, even though I saw I hate to say this, there was some girl left a comment saying she's a very lazy girl, immature. And her parents, she said, immigrated here. Okay. And she said, well, I'm 30 years old. I got a job. I'm healthy. Do you think I should move out? I said, yeah, if you got a certain amount of savings, if you're healthy, you should be moving out on your own. She goes, well, I'm trying to retire early. She asked a question. She already knew the answer. So, well, yeah, that's great. Yeah, why don't you stay in your mother's house for another 10, 20 years then? Then you're at 50, you can retire. Your parents probably need you as a caretaker. Then you waste another 10 years, you'll be 60. Even if Joe Biden put Social Security at 60. Yeah, then you're 60, then you can start your life. Then you can go on a cruise and go attract a lot of men. Look, okay? Go waste your life because you're scared to feel the pain of fucking up. Guys, you don't learn without fucking up. You don't live without fucking up, okay? So, but let me tell you something. You should find a nice double cushion, okay, for your lazy boy, for your mattress, okay? You should get some nice pajamas with some footsies, okay? And you should watch the index fund. You should save. You should talk to your parents before you go to bed. You should watch me at night, and that will be your whole life, okay? You'll never experience what a person who is healthy and able-bodied should experience, okay? Which is living life. Is it grand? No, guys, living life is coffee on your shirt. Living life is an all-night gas station. It's also Palm Beach County. It's also having a boyfriend or having a girlfriend at your house, depending on who you are. Guys, one of the great parts about living on your own is, have a girlfriend over, okay? Cream pie her or whatever. Don't cream pie her unless you want to check. I used to like to splash on them, not inside. But that's all part of life, okay? Having people over your house, living life, understanding adulthood. I think, some of these people online, hard to tell, man, but they're like baby adults, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand, I don't understand if I'm talking to someone who has a disability someone who's actually a kid or Joe Biden? Because Joe Biden, I mean, in that category too, kind of. So I'm trying to figure out, like, who am I talking to, you know? Is Joe Biden trying to tell me I'm doing a good job? Or am I talking to, like, you know, a 35-year-old Republican who's got a Joe Biden mind? I don't know. I still haven't figured it out. Okay. So what I've learned in life is I don't even want to know. I don't want to know who's watching me. It's probably better off. Why? Because it would kill my creativity. That's why a lot of times I don't even subscribe to people and watch their channel. Because when I start to watch other people's channels, it starts to skew my creativity. So I don't want to know what anyone else is doing unless I try to go on other people's channel that I know to show some love and support. Click the thumbs up. I leave a comment. But other than that, I try to just keep doing my thing because I can't watch other. It's just, this is a creator standpoint. There's no disrespect. From a creator standpoint, it's good to get inspiration, but if I start to look at people too much, especially once you got your flow, then I start to regurgitate what other people do. And you don't want to regurgitate what other people do. You want to do you, okay? And so it's good to get inspiration. It's good to be yourself, okay? So never forget that. All right, back live comments. Hal, Andre, oh yeah, I read that. Keith, oh yeah, thank you. Twister. Twister's laughing. Good laughter's good for the soul. Twister, God bless you, Samuel. God bless you also. Thank you, brother, for the positive vibes. Keith, you take L. Yeah, you take L's in life. You damn right. This is a guy who's 61. He wished Social Security was at 60. He'd be in Melbourne right now banging out some MILFs, okay? But you gotta wait a couple more years, okay? He goes, he takes some L's in life. You're damn right. I have, but I keep going. Yep. July 29th will be my 32nd anniversary. Tony song in the background. It's our anniversary. At FedEx, yeah. Well, Keith, like I said, man, you ain't going to get that much richer in a couple years. However, I don't want you to do anything irresponsible. What I want you to do is keep your feelers out there for a job transfer. I want you to plan a vacation to Melbourne and to Naples. I want you to rent a car and drive. And I want you to experience life. I want you to liquidate your assets. So if you do have to stay in Indiana for another couple years, as soon as you can, you're liquidated, you've done the research, and you're ready. If you don't start taking vacations to Florida, if you don't start liquidating your assets, you're going to be like this 31-year-old girl who told me she wants to stay in her parents' house so she can retire early. Well, yeah, that's great. Go ahead, waste some more years of your life. You know, you wake up at 60 and then you're ready to kick ass. You wake up at 50 and then you're ready to kick ass. Guys, at 50, 60, I'm going to be on the lazy boy, okay? I'm going to be chilling. What you don't understand when you watch Bob Wells and all these nomads, they're doing that shit, okay, because they're the baby boomers who are dying out. And they're limited. They can't really make no more money. Okay. That when you're in your 60s and 70s, that's the time to take it chill, to figure out where you've already wanted to live. Okay. And you on some chill shit. Okay. And that's it. You're doing videos about whatever. You know, the time to get out there and explore is the middle of your life. I still think like in your teens and 20s, you need to build a foundation. Okay, because you can't just go out in the world without any foundation, get your fucking ass handed to you, you know what I mean? And then you wake up and you're going to be on some destitute shit. Then you're going to be popping out kids because you need that child tax credit. But if you do this shit right, the time you want to venture out is in your middle age because now you got the foundation, you got the knowledge, you got some experience, and you still want to take the L's. I still take L's, but, you know, you out here, okay? And that, guys, when I'm in my 50s and 60s, I'm on some down shit. I'm not going to, let me get a Prius or let me go travel. I've already figured out most of the United States is an L. It's a shithole. Indiana's a shithole. I don't want to go get a Prius so I get 50 miles a gallon to go see Indiana. I don't want to go see Arizona. I don't want to go see Wyoming. I found the best parts in Florida, guys, okay? And so take it easy. Okay, don't get excited. Twister. Oh, hey, Mary Toss, how are you? Great to see you, Mary Toss. Shout out to you and your doggies. Keep walking your doggies. Don't stop. That's incredible, Keith. No joke. I want a solid career like that. Well, start now and refine as you go. Someone messaged me today, guys. I get all these messages. I don't know how much I could take. I got to see as the channel keeps getting bigger how I'm going to do this because it's getting a little bit crazy. So this person messaged me today that they got like thousands of videos, thousands of ideas. And I said, well, that's cool. But you got to start uploading them, okay? Don't wait for them to be perfect, okay? Upload, start, and and refine. Start now and refine as you go. Don't be like one of these people, you applied for 50 jobs and you didn't take one job, okay? You got to start now and refine as you go, okay? Because before you know it, you're going to wake up 50, 60, 70, and before you know it, your life over, okay? And I'll tell you right now, guys, there's a lot of ways to die, okay? And if you want to die at the age of 70, not have done much, okay, eating out of a can, okay, and watching some motherfuckers in the desert talking about how to make a bed, hell no. Okay. Guys, the truth is, I understand when you're young and middle-aged. I'm in the middle, so I understand still young, I understand old. Sometimes in life, I feel like this shit never gonna end. And even now, I feel that. But what I'm trying to tell you is, Father Time is undefeated. Okay? Because that child tax credit ends when your child's 18. Okay? And believe me, your child will turn 18. And believe me, you probably won't like being an empty nester. And you probably will want to get a divorce. And your wife or your husband will probably keep you from moving. Okay? And eventually you will get a divorce. Because in your 60s, you're going to realize you ain't got much left. And in your 70s, you got a bad knee, got a bad hip. Okay? And you got bad energy, okay? You got to take a nap. And in your 80s, if you're still alive, you're shopping assisted living housing. And if you're 90s, you're still alive, you're less than 1% of society. And if you make it to the hundreds, you're in the Guinness Book of World Records. Guys, death cometh, okay? So I don't know what type of life you live. I don't know if you want to be in bear country. I don't know if you want to be in Biden country. Or I don't know if you want to be in Trump country, okay? I don't know where you want to be, but whatever you want to do, don't just do it and forget your career, forget your habits. Because there was one YouTuber, I'm not going to say the name. He does like all this shit. He ends up in a full circle, and I respect him, but that's his thing. That's why I'm going to say his name. And this one guy who watches me and him, he said, Sam, you shouldn't be so indecisive. You should be like this other guy, XYZ. And now this guy's going in a circle. I'm glad I ain't like him, okay? I'm glad I discipline myself, okay? Because, guys, I don't want to go in a circle, especially when I'm in my 70s, okay? I don't want to be going no damn circle, okay? And if you watch him, he goes in a circle. He found the areas he likes, and he just goes right around. If you know that, then just figure out how to live there and build your routine, okay? But they keep going in a circle. People repeat their habits, guys. All right, let's go back to these live comments, guys. I can't even imagine what I'm going to get tomorrow. All these comments about the child tax credit. And because when we start talking about politics, I got to block a million motherfuckers, guys. It's a disaster. But I thank God that, again, I do this as a side hustle. I was able to talk about politics during the whole pandemic. And I lost some people, but I gained more than I lost. If you can't be yourself, you may gain some people, but you're going to lose yourself. Okay? That's why you live below your means. You live below your means so you can be yourself. Because if you can't be yourself, you might as well not even be here. You might as well live in your parents' house so you can retire early, so you can waste your life. Yeah. All right, let's stay positive. Mary Taz, I've been laughing all afternoon. Well, laughter is good for the soul. They say it's like an endorphin, almost like having a climax orgasm. Now, I still prefer to masturbate in a sock, but a good laugh will get you close to it. Mary Taz, I had to apologize to my boss for laughing, though. Yeah, laughing can get you in trouble, especially if you're around some tight people. I remember I got kicked out of class because one of our teachers fell, and I laughed, and this guy was very insecure, and he kicked me out of class. I'll never forget that. Twister, $2 super chat. I'm so grateful for your teaching, Sam, no joke. Well, I'm grateful for your positive, supportive comments. Remember, just like Jesus said, no one is a teacher. Okay. So I'm sharing some facts, some opinions, and you need to figure out the rest, but I'm glad that I inspire you, and I'm very thankful. Hold on, my revenue is getting the child tax credit. I may not have any children, but I do have the super chat, $9.99. There is a Joe Biden tax credit super chat cometh my way, because that's the emoji. Damn it, Mary Taz, you keep walking your doggy, you keep laughing, but when you see your boss, be careful, because some of these some people get offended if you laugh too much. Guys, we live in a world where 90% of Americans need or will get this child tax credit. because they make under a combined income of 150 grand. And if you think having a child or having two childs with two people in the house and the children and the house and medical cost and cars and food, if you think making under 150 grand, if you think that ain't that bad, you one of these people, you live in destitute. Okay. Because I tell you right now, if both parents ain't making at least 75K, they're stretching $1. Okay, like weightlifters got stretch marks, and I got some stretch marks. And what I can tell you is this. My mother would have been thankful. She worked, my father worked. She would have been thankful for an extra $300 a month. Okay. Now, again, the Federal Reserve got to tighten up that interest rate, okay? You know, just like you chicks, after you go through a breakup, you tighten up the waistline, okay? Because you want to get back out there, okay? Unless you get to a certain age, then you just let yourself go. I let myself go in my 20s, my late 20s. I had to pick myself back up. I'll tell you this. If you ever catch yourself letting yourself go, you better get back in shape before you get into your 40s. Because if you let yourself go after your 40s, you're done. Your body don't recover. You say, I met this beautiful MILF. She had a kid. I said, yeah, well, talk to me after she had 2 kids. Okay. You say, well, J-Lo had twins, and look at her body. Guys, J-Lo had so much plastic surgery, okay? Drake had plastic surgery. Guys, there's some people going to spend their child tax credit on plastic surgery. Plastic surgery is the new keto diet, okay? So, I don't know if you got tattooed eyebrows. I don't know if you got extensions, fake teeth, fake tits, a fake ass, fake nails. I don't know if anything in life is real, including Joe Biden. I think he may be a hologram. But I know even the American dollar's not, guys, nothing's real. Everything's an illusion, okay? But we're in this game. We're in a simulation. That's what Elon Musk said. So we're in this game. I don't know, again, who created this game, but we're all avatars, okay? And I don't know, what piece on the Monopoly board you want to be. Like Pat Go, maybe want a deer. Keith is a FedEx truck. Mary Taz is a dog, okay? Twist is a positive, fibble. Jesse's a coffee mug. Hal is a hospital symbol. Andre is a money bag symbol. He just got $300 check. Everyone's on this Monopoly. Everyone's got an avatar. So, now look, guys, though, life is real. Because if I step out of this car, guys, what is around me is real. Okay, I could smell the diesel fumes. I know life is real. Now, if you're in your mom's basement, okay, you're in a bubble. Okay, so let's stay positive. Sam I Am's got default symbols. Shout out to all my Pakistanis out there. Shout out to all my Pakistanis. Like I said, I had a Pakistani when big white t-shirts were in style. I had a Pakistani connect. He used to get them shipped in cardboard boxes through FedEx. And I used to buy them at wholesale. Okay? We was flipping those joints. Okay? But the Pakistani guy got kicked out of his apartment and he changed his phone number. I never talked to him again. So I don't know where he is, but I want to shout out to him. And the Galaxy, Sam I Am, you know the Galaxy brand? That's what he was importing from Pakistan. Okay? So he had quality stuff too. But the guy couldn't pay his rent. I don't know what was going on. So let's stay positive. Hal. Thank you again, Mary Toss, and thank you, Twister. Hal says, my friends get so hyped for their tax return. Did I read that right? I said all that money you are getting is just what... Yeah, I read this right. No, I agree. But I used to be the same way. I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I read Jesse's already. And I read Twist. Oh, I went all the way to the top. Guys, I'm slipping. I'm sorry. I apologize. Keith says, thank you, brother. If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, talking to Twister, I agree. Pat Girl, what's going on? All up in Bear Country. You getting a child tax credit? Hey, Sam, I want to gift you a paper cup shaped like a deer. Hell no, man. Hit my PayPal, man. I want digital currency. I don't want no damn airplane of a paper damn deer. so you can present it to Starbucks. Like, nah, hell no, man. Hell no, man. Hit my PayPal up, hit that super chat up. But you don't have to. But if you're going to give me something, man, don't give me no damn paper thing. Nah, I don't want that, man. And I know that Starbucks girl don't want that, man. Hell no, man. I don't want Bitcoin either, because I don't know anyone who's actually got their money back. I know some people told me, yeah, they bought Bitcoin and they traded it in. Guys, Bitcoin's the abyss. I don't want Bitcoin. I want USD. And I don't even want cash, paper. I want digital transactions. Shout out to PayPal. Elon Musk created PayPal. Okay. So, for me, guys, I don't want a coffee maker. Okay. I don't want to do I just tell you this. As I got older, during Christmas and my birthdays, I stopped asking for physical things. And I used to, I said, look, I don't want none. But if you're going to give me something, I'd rather just cash. I get what I want. Okay. And damn well, there were some people in your life that, same thing. Like, adults want cash. Okay. We don't want candles. Okay. We don't want fucking, I don't even want gift cards. Gift cards are a scam. Why? Because you get a $20 gift card, okay, to start. You get a $20 gift card, unless it's to something you use every day like Starbucks. But normally you're going to go, like, as an example, you get a $20 gift card to Amazon. You buy something on Amazon, nothing is going to be exactly $20. So you're either going to pay more, or you're going to leave a couple dollars on that Amazon gift card. You're never going to use it. And there's billions somewhere in digital world. That's true. I love you, Pat Goat. D. Hey, Sam and crew. Good to see you, D. How's your leg doing? I don't know why people work till 70 for most Social Security. Well, if I had a remote job and I was still happy and I didn't have enough side room, I would consider doing it. Again, there's a certain percentage of people, they're highly driven. They're very ambitious. There's a certain percentage of people, they lazy as fuck. Okay, they ain't doing shit for nothing. And there's people in the middle. They want to do something, but they don't want to burn themselves out, and they want to retire by 60. That's the middle. The lazy, they ain't gonna do shit. They ain't never did shit. They ain't never gonna do shit. The highly ambitious, they got a different battery. I'm probably somewhere in the middle, upper end. I always do something, but I just want to be able to have the option to do it, and I want to kind of do what I want. But I could see myself, as long as I can work remote and I like the people I work with, I could see myself waiting till 70. But I would have to be able to work remote and do what I want and, have that flexibility. So, that's the difference. So, look, guys, there's three categories of people. The high ambitious, the high achievers, the low lazy sloth, and the middle of the road. And somewhere on that spectrum of life, that's you. Maybe you're highly ambitious, maybe you're lazy, maybe you're in the middle, and maybe somewhere in between all those things. But that's the breakdown of human nature. What's anthropology, the study of human nature? That's life. If you don't understand that, you're going to get frustrated when you're out in the public. See, I know most people, they're going to spend their time in their house. They don't realize, guys, this is human nature. So once you accept that, you're not as frustrated. Once you accept that, look, even if this child tax credit, if you don't get it and you feel like someone's abusing the system, bottom line is it makes you more employable if you're a worker. Bottom line is, it's one less person that may do a stick-up. Bottom line is, my parents both worked, had 3 kids. This would have helped them. So the bottom line is, guys, that's how you break down a child tax credit. Okay. And the Federal Reserve do got to tighten up that interest rate. But again, if you own a house, you happy inflation because your asset went up. If you own stocks, if you have a 401k, you're happy inflation. As a single person with no index fund, my 401k is in a stable account. And with no house, I'm the one suffering. But I'm suffering a little bit for the greater good of society. So can I afford to deal with 5% inflation or more? I can afford to deal with it, guys. I mean, I don't want to deal with it, okay? But I can afford to deal with it. So what the fuck? What am I going to do? I take it in the ass. Guys, sometimes in life, you take it in the fucking ass. Not literally, not me. I still realize that overall I got it good, okay? So am I going to bitch and moan and get on this whole thing? No, look, you don't get everything in life. You don't get to have the most beautiful person, to be the smartest person, and to have all your health. You're not going to have everything. You're going to be butt ugly, maybe, and smart. You're going to be beautiful but dumb as fuck. But you're probably going to be in the middle. Okay, you're a decent looking person. Your best years are probably behind you. But if you get together with some other schmo and you both get drunk, you got some level of companionship, and you fucking watch Jeopardy. Okay, that's the average person. But what I can tell you is this, guys: we don't get everything. We get some. We don't get everything. I don't know why it's like that. Until we go to Mars, we don't get everything. Mary Taz, congrats, Keith. I agree. Mary Taz laughing at Pago. Pago got a great sense of humor. That's wisdom to have sense of humor. Charles, what's up, man? Shout out Tampa. Just finished my workout, brother. Shout out to you. Gotta stay pumped when I get my picture with Hulk Hogan this weekend, brother. I want you to give Hulk Hogan some love. I respect you, and I respect the golden years of the WWF in the 80s and 90s. But I will say this, because Hulk Hogan was Ultimate Warrior's enemy at some point, but they made up. Hulk Hogan used to have a slogan: if you want to be a great American, say your prayers and take your vitamins. That was his facade as the president, basically, of the WWF. In real life, he was letting his wife have gangbangs with other wrestlers. He was taking steroids, okay, and doing coke. And he was saying, to be a great American, you got to take your vitamins, you got to say your prayers. Sound like someone we know? Remember, Trump said, to be a great American, honor the military. Okay, he dodged the draft and disrespected McCain. Okay, he took no accountability for the deaths. Guys, he's like Hulk Hogan. Okay? It's a great skit, but it's not reality. Now you say, well, what about Joe Biden? Guys, Joe Biden is like a brain dead announcer. But I know this, guys, I'll take this past year over what we went through under Trump. Okay, so right now, our biggest obstacle with Joe Biden is inflation. Okay, guys, last year, the country was basically about to collapse. It looked like the Taj Mahal in Lang City. Okay, that's just, guys, so let's just stay positive. Okay, we all know it's a fraud. They're all frauds. Okay, so, what are we going to do? Pat Go, a lot of deer emojis and laughing. Good job, Dave. Melbourne looks good to me. I would move there. Well, definitely, it's better than most places in the country. That's why I say, guys, don't buy a Class A motorhome and go travel the country. Let me save you the gas money and the depreciating asset. Most of America is a shithole, okay? You want to travel, okay, to Florida, to South California, and that's it. That's it, okay? You say, what about the Northeast? Yeah, you want at the fall to see the leaves change colors, take a 2-week vacation. Other than that, guys, travel in your car, stay in a hotel, put the $100,000 in your pocket, because we're fighting against inflation. Never forget it. Okay. All right, guys, next comment. Damn, I'm behind on these comments again. Maritas FD. I originally started thinking 70, then 65, talking about retirement. And then it was just, oh, well, hell with it. I'm going to at 62. I can understand that's 8 years of your life. That's almost a decade. I can understand it. When you get to a certain age, you got to say, look, how much money is worth this time? Now, again, if you can work remote, if you like what you do, fuck it. I mean, but if you got to show up in a state, in a company, in an office that you don't like, then, yeah, 62 for the win. Now, again, Joe Biden said he was going to get that down to 60. I want him to try to do that. Pat Go, hey, SP. Does Alaska home to the grizzly bears their own way? I don't know, Pat, but we announced last night on this channel that Alaska is the worst state in the United States of America for business. It was a big discussion. Mary Taz, good for you. The older you get, the quicker life goes by. Yep. By the time you're 70, you're going to have a bad knee, bad hip, something. I hope you don't. But chances are you may. So be careful. Suitcase, what's up, brother? Hey, Sam. Great to have you. Good to have you too, brother. I appreciate you, Suitcase. Love and respect. Twist up. Thank you again, Twisty. You're always very encouraging, man. I say thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you, Mary Taz. I love that super sticker. You guys have been very gracious to me. Thank you. Thank you both. Mary Taz, the drama lady that has been nasty to my boss said something derogatory about me. I couldn't stop laughing at that. I hear you, but Mary Taz, remember the money bag. You close to the finish line. Don't let someone fuck up your bag right when you about to finish strong. So be careful, Maritas. But my boss said she has to make sure I'm not toxic environment. Yeah, it's not easy. Be careful. You close to the finish line now. So I shouldn't have laughed about it. That's okay. We all do. We all make mistakes. Too much drama for me. I agree. But you remember, at your job, you get paid to put up with the drama. Remember, at home, you don't get paid nothing. You be damn thankful via child tax credit. And I know a girl right now. I used to date this girl. She hot. Well, she was hot. She hot now. I should have said that. So I know that she would testify. I'm gonna say her name. I don't know if she watched. I know she would testify. I would give up some of these kids. I don't want the child tax credit, okay? Because I know what the MILF said. But I know she would never say that out loud. But I know if she had to say, well, do you want extra $300 a month just till they're 18? Don't forget, your kid ain't moving out till when they're 18. I saw a girl today. She living in her parents' house. She got a job. She got an index fund. She got 18 months of saving. And she want to stay in her parents' house until early retirement. Woo! I said, Jesus, or whatever you believe in, Muhammad, because I think she was Muslim. She had the whole guard. I said, I'll tell you this. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're Joe Biden, Donald Trump. I'll tell you right now, when your kid's in their 30s, and they're living in your house, I'll tell you right now, you ain't religious. This guy's the devil. It's like, everyone's fucking hate each other. That's my experience anyway. Everyone do what they want. Mary Todd. Oh yeah, right there. Sam, I'm a default symbol. Yeah, shout out to you, brother. I love you. D. Oh, hydration break. Yeah, I'm trying to get through these comments because I gotta be careful. I don't stay here too long. I love you, D. Veritas, lots of places in Cali are going back to mandating masking. Yeah, I heard they got high uptrend in that Delta variant. Yeah, like again, a lot of the homeless guys, or girls, they comment on my channel. Yeah, you're trying to act like there's not a lot of homeless. Less than 1% of society is a lot. And then I said, yeah, well, did you get vaccinated? Because the same percentage of society died from COVID. And then they shut up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Twisted, Sam, there is a plastic surgeon in my small town, money bag emoji, that has him advertising all over the place. Plastic surgery, guys, plastic surgery is basically the new wig. Instead of a wig, you just get plastic surgery. And you still get a wig. It's crazy. He has a sexy headshot of himself. Yeah, he's basically like a real estate agent. But he looks nothing like that in a commercial. Yeah, shout out to the online scene. Guys, no one looks like they look online. No one. I remember the first online experience I had with MySpace or Facebook. I forgot. This one girl, I was friends with this girl, and her friend friended me. And she looked like Ashanti. When Ashanti was Murder Inc., she was hot. I said, oh shit, your friend looked like Ashanti. Okay? That's what I thought. I gotta meet your friend. Oh! I met her friend. She looked like Precious, okay? I said, hell no, that ain't Ashanti, okay? That ain't Ashanti. Okay, I'll tell you right. I said, let me get the fuck out of here, man. And that's when I knew that day, don't believe everything you see on the internet. I knew it after I said, gee, I received that. I received that. Don't believe what you see. Oh, man, I thought I had a win. I took an L. I thought you take an L sometime, man. Where's my man Sam? Yeah, cold cash, digital currency, guys, we're all you're using a phone. Everything's traceable, guys. Look, guys, if the CIA wants you, you're done, okay? We're all done. Bottom line is, guys, they're tracing everything. It's all over. I'm not trying to hide nothing from no one. I'm just trying to get through life, okay? And it's all a fucking shit show. That's the reality. But guys, look, I'm blessed to be in a first world country. So what do you want me to do? I mean, everyone's tracking everything. Pat go. Hey, Sam. I'm about ready to bust out my cheese tits. Why? Because I worked all dang day. Well, I like that attitude. Let thy cheese tits hang with no bra. Why? Because once you become middle-aged, you don't want the pain of the bra. You want the freedom of the sag. Why? Because you're tired of putting up the show. But once you get into your 40s or 50s, and you basically either kill your spouse or divorce your spouse, you say, oh shit, I'm going to get back in shape for one more run, okay? And then you have plastic surgery, and then when you get in your 60s, you break up with everyone because you don't want them to see you fade away into the angel dust. Because from ashes we came, and to ashes we go. From dust to dust, guys. That's how it ends. Next comment. Pat, hey Sam. I read this. D, tonight tonight, fire emoji tonight. Let it all out. We're trying our best. Thank you, D. Sam, I just finished my temp job shift. Good job. So hard to find stable jobs. It's actually very easy. What do you think of warehouse works? I think if you're going to work in a warehouse, work for Amazon. Why? Because you start at $15 an hour, and if you show up every day for 3 years, you become a shift manager. Then you can become like there's so much upward mobility in a company like Amazon. Don't work for like a basic warehouse. Work for Amazon. That's what I would tell you. Good job. Pat, laughing his ass off. Good. D, I know you had a brownie tonight. I had no brownie. I had some tropical starburst though. About 30 grams of sugar running through my body. Pat, go. Brownie? Nope, no brownie tonight. Charles, I talked to a coworker who's a project manager. There you go. This morning, he told me that he graduated a couple years before I did. This dude looked like he's almost 60 years old. He must have encountered crazy stress. I don't know. I could show you someone now who looks like shit. They ain't working years. So I don't buy that either. Because I know some people ain't never work a day in their life. They look like shit. So, guys, to me, you look good if you take care of yourself and you make money. Christopher, $5 Joe Biden tax credit super chat. Man, you're freaking cracking me up. Well, left is good for the soul. Keep spitting that fire facts. Damn it, guys, I'm on fire. Click that thumbs up. Click that blue join button. Okay, why? Because I don't got no kids. I got to turn this side hustle into $300 a month, okay? Well, we're doing more than that, but you know what I mean. All right, good job. David Lopez, what's up, brother? This whole inflation thing is a killer. Yeah, look, guys, I could deal with inflation, okay? I don't want to deal with inflation, but what do you want to do? You want to have civil unrest, okay? What do you want to do? You want to have another pandemic, okay? What do you want to do? You want another trade war, okay? Guys, we'll fucking deal with inflation, guys, all right? We got to pick our battles in life, okay? We'll fucking deal with inflation, guys, all right? Back up, yeah, all right, yeah, we're good. I love you guys. All right, guys, that's it, I'm done. All right, look, bottom line, things aren't that bad, okay? The bottom line is my parents, both of them worked, and they made a combined income adjusted for inflation under 150K. This child tax credit would have helped them. It is true, inflation's a bitch, but it is true the Federal Reserve will tighten things up probably the beginning of next year. But it's also true that, guys, look, if you're watching this, okay, your life is probably not that bad. Okay? And if it is that bad, look at yourself first before you look at Joe Biden or Trump. Are you doing drugs? Are you addicted to gambling or risky investments? Are you married to a psychopath? Is your child a psychopath? Chances are the child tax credit is not why you're mad. The reason you're mad is because your life is a disaster, and it's probably a disaster because of what you've created. There's no shame in that, but you got to do the work to untangle the mess, and you got to take life one day at a time. Mary Childs, walk that dog. Walking will change your life. I'm going to take a shower and let that hot water run. Why? Because when you live as a nomad, you pay for a gym membership, and that gives you a shower, and that's what I need. Okay, I love you guys and girls and some of you robots and some of you chicks who look like Ashanti in your profile, but I know you ain't Ashanti. Brandon Galloway, $10 coming in strong. Damn it, brother, thank you. Love that energy. Well, damn it, I appreciate that, Brandon, because I'm giving it all I got. Sweating through every pore in South Florida, watching all the people behind the scenes who say you peak, or who say they don't like you, or they're mad at you, or they thumbs down. Remember, they're choosing to watch out of their free will. So remember in life, guys, you don't get to the destination, you don't get to the next level without looking dead in the eye of resistance and saying, look, I'm about to do me. I don't want to hurt anyone, but if you're in my way and I'm not in your way, get the fuck out of my way, okay? Because you're in my space now, okay? You're in my, and I'm not talking about my space where you look like Ashanti. I'm talking about this right here, this dimension. And I want to thank you, Brandon, and everyone, the overwhelming majority of people who appreciate the energy, who appreciate the consistent content. I want to say thank you with deep gratitude. And I want to tell you, guys and girls, take this spark of energy, put your own twist on it, and go live your life to the fullest, responsibly, under control. Do some things you don't want to do. Live where you want to live. Figure out how you can make an income there. Don't go live where houses are dirt cheap. That basically means you're going to live in a high crime area with a bunch of people who ain't working. Yep. And guys, that's not the spot. Okay. You don't have to live in the bougiest area, but I'll tell you right now, I've been in all different dimensions. And I know all the good people I know in a bad place. As soon as I get the fuck out of here, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Okay. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to improve your life. And the only people that wouldn't want you to improve your life it's the parable of the crabs in the bucket. If one crab crawls out of the bucket, the other ones pull that crab down because they're not happy for it. And those type of people ain't never going to be your friends, no matter how much plastic surgery you get. So fuck them. Christopher, $5 super chat. Just had to for your energy. Much respect. Well, reciprocal, mutual respect and appreciation, Christopher, thank you, and thank you. May the spirit of the all-night gas station be upon you and all the days of your life. Thank you.